first, just want to wish really good luck to St. Mary's. I think we made them look rougher than they are. It's a really good team who's played some other, Power 4 teams really tough and challenged us to get better this week, which we did. Coach Jeff was my assistant at Cal, and Brittany Boyd, their assistant coach, was 4-year, starting point guard for me at Cal, played in the W, so it was really cool to kind of see her here as well. But I thought our players took this challenge. St. Mary's poses particular challenges defensively with their zones and the way that they mix up the defenses, and I thought our practice team, our male practice squad, prepared us well, and our players moved that ball great, turned it over minimally, got to the right shot, people knocked down shots. That was really good to see, and then obviously to hold a team to 33 points is exceptional. So we're still getting better, but I thought this was a good one and a good step in the right direction.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Congratulations on the win to you and the ladies. This defense that you were just talking about, it held for 3 quarters in single digits. Can you talk about the adjustment that was made after the first quarter to hold them only under 10 points?
I mean, I don't think there was any big adjustment. We just settled in and got better. We have a lot of really good defenders. I mean, it starts with Kennedy, who's just a terrific defender in a lot of different ways, but I think everyone else is feeding off that, right? Like, KD had multiple steals and I thought was, really understood the scout was in the right spot. And what can't Jazzy do? Blocking shots, pressuring the point of attack. I thought London had one of her best defensive games. Malia had steals. And so we didn't make any changes. I think we just adjusted a little bit to what they were running and upped our pressure, which, kept them from getting to any of their comfort zones because it's a good team, right? And we just didn't let them get in a rhythm.
All right. And for you ladies, these type of games, you guys are on the 3-game home streak. How are you finding challenges in these games for yourselves just to make yourself better and prepare you for the conference?
Yeah, I think that every single game, yes, it is like looking forward to the conference, but we focus on every single game when it comes. But I think that we're working on making sure that our execution is really good and that we're giving all of our effort into every single play, making sure that we are getting better at boxing out, making sure we're getting better at moving the ball. And so I think that games like this are really important for us to make sure that there's no reason that we shouldn't be very efficient with it.
Yeah, kind of like Kara said, I mean, we're not taking any game lightly, no matter what team it is. So just working on our rebounding, boxing out, things that we can control internally and getting better every day.
Thank you.
For Jazzy, your 6 assists was a season high tonight. As you've begun your college career, you're seeing how teams are kind of defending you and whatnot. How do you feel like that part of your game's kind of progressed a little bit in terms of being a facilitator?
Yeah, I mean, my teammates, they're shot makers, so that really helps a lot. But I think just being able to play with great players makes it really easy to get those assists. So, I mean, really all credit to them.
Lindsay, we're 8 games into this season, Big Ten play is just around the corner. What have you seen from your team? Like, what abilities are going to serve them best when it comes to Big Ten play?
Yeah, I mean, it's more like the characteristics of them as people and as a team, I think we've really made a concerted effort to work and get better. And that just sounds like you take it for granted, but it doesn't always happen. It's not just getting better at your jumper or getting better at, a play. It's like mentally saying, do we need to talk more? Do we need to be tougher? Do we need to run, faster or get different looks? So they've been really bought in on that end, which I don't take for granted at all. Then I think, our strengths are going to come from our versatility, right? We can play really long, lengthy. We can go a little smaller and get up in you. Like, I think our strengths in the Big Ten is going to be that, there's a lot of people with a varied skill set. And it's going to be tough to stop a group that's connected and united and can do a lot of different things. I also think another strength of ours is going to be that we should be better in January than we were, in December, and be better in February than we were in January, because we've got so many young kind of new pieces coming together, and I just think we're only beginning to scratch the surface.
Hi, Coach. After she missed the last game with injury, how do you assess Malia's performance tonight in the 15 minutes, I think, little limited play time?
Yeah, I thought she does what we've come to expect from Pitt every single game. I never take it for granted. Her energy is unbelievable. I think she dove on the floor, dealing with a little bit of an injury. I'm like, holding my breath every time she went to the floor. But, she had 4 steals. She began the game where we knew they were going to try and post up our smaller players. And we were just kind of saying, not today, right? Very first play, they went at her. She got around, caused a turnover. And you're like, that's why, she does what she does. She facilitated. She gives us a boost of energy. Just, I know exactly what she's going to bring when she steps on the floor. So it was fun to have her back.
Anyone else?
I think it was 29 turnovers that St. Mary's ended up committing tonight. When you girls see that kind of stuff happening, when you're forcing that to happen, how much momentum and confidence does that give you in the rest of your game too?
It's a huge energy boost. I feel like it brings us together. It connects us. Feeding off of someone's energy, it makes you say dang, I want to be a part of that. I want to get a steal. And with our press, it's getting better every single game. So it is really exciting. And like Coach Lindsay said, she said it today, that she can see a difference in practice. Our energy is feeding off of each other in practice with what we do on defense. So it's really exciting.
One for you, Coach. Wanted to ask you something similar. How do you feel like you've kind of been able to tap into Jazzy's playmaking game? What have you seen from her as a facilitator?
I mean, I just think there's not a lot of things she cannot do on the basketball court, right? So just try to get her, the ball in her hands in different spots, like I would with other people as well, but just knowing she can make the right play. We've played her a bit more at point guard because she's going to draw a lot of attention, be able to make plays and make for herself and others. I just think she naturally is the type of player that can be successful on the ball or off the ball, and that's really helps a team. It's fun. She's an absolute sponge and keeps getting better. She had missed some practices, so just her rate of improvement, even already coming in with the talent that she has been really cool to see. I think other teams should watch out when she even gets more reps under her belt, because she just wants to continue to get better. But we feel really good, with a number of ball handlers. But she has a unique ability with her height, with her shooting ability and just decision making to get looks for herself or others.